So I'm getting ready for a trip, a couple week trip, and I'm working on food. And I want to show you this idea. This is like the newest, greatest idea I've seen in a while. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos, just like probably the rest of you. And, you know, a lot of these popular backpacking channels are almost like, you know, besides podcast, they're almost like daytime talk shows. and now they're all visiting each other. And so, but they are entertaining and oftentimes informative. And so I watch this guy, Chef Corso, and he does a lot of backpacking meals, but you know, he's a chef. He does a lot of prep stuff. So a lot of his things, you know, I'm never going to do, but I still watch him because I'll pick up a tip here and there or something he throws in. And I thought, boy, that's a good idea. You know, you can always learn, even me. You can teach old dogs new tricks. And so I didn't even see this on his channel. He was visiting Dan Becker, and they were making dessert. And I thought, oh, this is so cool. So this is strawberry shortcake. How do you make strawberry shortcake on the trail? Sounds complicated to me. No, actually all he did was take a Hostess Twinkie. You know, you buy, 10 individually wrapped cakes. I didn't even know they made Twinkies anymore, but you know, he makes a good point. You got your shortcake and it's got cream already in it. And so I carry these number 10 cans. I buy fruit, vegetables. You know, this is Chili Mac. I don't carry a stove much anymore, so I've got tons of this stuff. If the apocalypse ever comes, you know, everybody's going to die right away. But me, I'm going to sit around for a couple weeks and eat freeze-dried food. But I do use a lot of freeze-dried strawberries. So I already had the strawberries. And, you know, he actually, I think, heated his water and heated the berries up. But these berries they're lighter than air. You fill the water up to the top of whatever berries you want, let them sit for 5 minutes, and you've got fresh strawberries. And so basically, I just take his Twinkie idea, drop it in my strawberries, done. I've got dessert. And, you know, I don't carry a lot of desserts, but I oftentimes will carry like pistachio instant pudding. And I won't make a lot of it, but if I'm making a meal that, you know, maybe I've added olive oil to it, and so then my container that I eat out of gets kind of oily, and to clean it up is kind of a hassle. Well, if you just put some instant pudding in, put the lid on, shake the heck out of it, it all kind of soaks up all that oil. Eat your pudding, and then the pudding's easy to clean up. And same thing with this thing. It's going to be easy cleanup. I just, you know, once I bought this thing, I can fit 6 Twinkies in one of my Ziploc containers. So I carry 2 of these, and when they're empty, I can nest them together so they don't take up a lot of room. But in my pack, it keeps the Twinkies from getting smashed. And this stuff is excelente. It is basically strawberry shortcake. Thank you, Chef Corso. So everybody has their own food preferences. What I try and tell people is, you know, take things you like, take things you crave, because if you don't eat it, you're just carrying dead weight. And you know, I'm changing up all the time. Since I've stopped carrying a stove most of the time, I don't really like too many cold soaked meals. But I'll make, so if you watch my videos before, you see me eating these tortilla wraps. It's basically tortillas, bacon, mustard. I crave them. And you know, it's about 5, maybe 6 ounces for one of these things. On this trip, so I used to take the separate tortillas, carry them in my pack, carry the smallest little mustard container I could buy, and carry my bacon that I buy from Walmart. Great value bacon jerky. So it's like fresh, thick cut bacon. It's not like a tough jerky. It's like I say, if you heated it up, you would think you're eating thick cut bacon. Anyway, that may not turn a lot of people on, but I love these things. And it really got to be a point that it was lighter weight for me to make them up ahead of time and just wrap them. You know, if I'm on a long trail, I'll just put them in a Ziploc. I shrink wrap these and actually doubled up the tortillas. So it's a double tortilla, bacon, mustard. That's all this is, 500 calories. And I'll carry those and I'll call that a meal. You know, I look at food differently. You know, I'm not going to starve to death in 2 weeks. I'm going to be out there. There's not a lot of food options out there. I'm doing 2 trips. The North Country Trail, which I'm going to hit a town that will have a burger kind of in the beginning of the trip, like maybe 2 or 3 days in. After that, I won't have an option to eat out. So I've got to carry all my food. And if you watch my videos, even on through hikes, you know, I carry more food than most people because I don't do as many town stops or resupplies as most people. You know, if the town's not right on the trail, I usually just keep on trucking. So I'd rather, you know, carry. I mean, my food weight's probably half my weight. You know, this pack is, I just weighed this, it's ready to go. I'm 29 pounds. You know, 13 pounds of that is food, but it's got to last me 2 weeks. And again, I'm not going to starve to death. If I ran out of food, I've done that before. I can go a couple of days, but I don't really want to run out. I try and time it, see where I can find food along the trail. Now with all these apps you've got and social media, you pretty much know where the food is and if it's any good or not. So another thing I do, which I've shown before, but I'll show you again, is I carry protein powder in this CNOC bag. And it works out great because this whole back opens way up and you can dump this stuff in. And to get it into my containers, the other thing I've shown in the past is that I use these larger lids on these containers because it's easier to, in the morning, to put in my Carnation instant breakfast and coffee poured into these things without trying to hit a small opening in these. But I need this one to work with my CNOC because I just use one of these Sawyer couplings, threads all the way through. So I thread it on here, thread it on my CNOC bag, and then I don't spill any of my protein powder. I can just shake this and get as much in my bottle as I want. And I'm drinking this stuff all day long. You know, I'll just, instead of drinking water, I'm drinking a protein. It's kind of like a smoothie. And I love this stuff. There's all kinds of recipes online. You know, just find one that floats your boat. But, you know, I've got everything but the kitchen sink in here. I've got strawberry protein powder. I've got ground up strawberries, freeze-dried strawberries, coconut powder, coconut flour, chia seeds. I can't remember everything I've got in here, but there's a lot of stuff in here, and it powers me up the trail, and I crave it. I mean, it's good stuff. So I carry about a pound of food a day. I know what I like. I seldom buy food on a through hike when I go into town. I'm not shopping. I want what I want. And it's hard enough to find before the hike, making up resupply boxes, finding exactly what I want in stores where I'm in a big metropolitan area. So if you're going to a dollar store on a trail someplace, you better know what you like from dollar stores. But I don't like most of that stuff, so I always send myself resupply boxes. All I gotta do is make one stop, go to the post office or hostel or wherever I've sent it, and I've got a box of everything I'm gonna need for the next probably 10 days, and it's exactly what I like. And so on this trip on the North Country Trail for 2 weeks, and then I'm going out to Glacier National Park for a couple of week trip. there's very little resupply along the way anyway, and so I'm carrying probably more food, but I never get tired of the same old thing. This is cereal in the morning, so I have Bare Naked with chocolate chips in it. I add PB2, Nido milk, lots of blueberries, almonds, a couple multivitamins. All I gotta do is add water to that, stir it a little bit, and it's a great breakfast. And that's all I carry for every breakfast, every day, on every trail. And I just never get sick of it, and it's really good stuff. Now, that's really my second breakfast. My first breakfast, if you watch my videos, you know, are my stroopwafels. And so in these Ziploc containers, you can buy stroopwafels in 2 different sizes. And so, like I say, the smaller ones fit right in the bottom of this tapered cup, 8 of them. And then an 8-pack of the larger ones fit up here. So I get 16 stroopwafels in one of my cups, keeps them from getting crushed. And that'll be what I have first thing in the morning, usually before I even get out of my tent. And a strawberry carnation breakfast with Pike's Place instant Starbucks coffee packet added to it. You know, it looks like chocolate milk when I, you stir it all up. In fact, people go by and say, "What are you drinking?" I'll say, "Oh, do you filter your water?" And nuts, carry lots of nuts. Love mango. Actually, I found a packet about this size, not opened, on the PCT one year, and I'd never really had dried mango, and I've been addicted to it ever since. So I take a couple packets of dried mango, and the bottom here is just a Cliff Bar for every day. I've tried other bars, but I guess I'm easy to make happy. I like Cliffs. I just bought a new, I don't know what these are going to be. These are caffeinated caramel chocolate chip. Caffeinated collection. Sustained energy. We'll see. Anyway, I like Cliff Bars, so I'll have one a day. I'll eat nuts, mango, so I snack all day long on this stuff. But my main meals are those sandwiches. And then on this trip, which I've done a lot on the Florida Trail too, is beans and rice. And I can cold soak that. But a dinner that I really enjoy takes boiling water. You've all seen those crotch pots. Well, I don't use that. That really seems like a pretty weird idea to me. And you're not going to boil water in your crotch. And if you are, you should probably seek medical help. Before you say you don't like powdered eggs, try these, because these are crystallized eggs that taste just like the real thing that just came out of a chicken. Anyway, maybe 2 or 3 times on a trip of a couple of weeks, I'd want an omelet for dinner. And I can make a great omelet in this little 550 pot. So if I were carrying a gas stove, which is probably the most efficient way if you're going to cook a lot, boil water a lot, like if you're going to do it every day, you're not going to do any better than, a propane canister. I just use this 550 Tokes. It'll fit a canister, my BTS stove, my lighter, all in this one little container. And I can cook an omelet. I've done it many times in this thing. I just use a freezer bag, put all my omelet material into it, add a little water, boils up really quick, and I'll just let it sit there, and that top will just pop around like that. And in 5 to 10 minutes, I'll have an omelet as good as I can find in town. So, just have to, I use a lot of freeze-dried, like I'll have mushrooms. I'll put peppers in it, you know, I'd throw the whole cheese. I buy a lot of shredded cheddar, freeze-dried cheese. Yeah, you hydrate it up. You've got cheese instead of carrying a block of cheese like I used to do. It's light. You put everything in the bag, so all you got to do is boil a little water, put that in there, and you've got an omelet. So I don't want to carry a stove because maybe I want to do that 2 or 3 times on a trip. And so what I'm trying this year on these 2 trips, we'll see how it works out. If you watch my videos, these poles back here, I call them pole vaults. And so I had these little test tubes. I've got videos out there. You can watch it and how to build them. But anyway, I would put olive oil. I would put alcohol in these little test tubes, and they fit into those poles. And I used them. I did the Arizona Trail with them. I've done this trail that I'm going to do on the North Country section, a couple hundred miles. I used those poles, and they worked out good. But I did notice when I went back to just a light pole, they did weigh, you know, twice as much, and it does kind of wear on your arms a little bit. Even though it's a great idea, it just didn't work out for me. But I do use my poles for a lot of things, and this new idea is going to be an addition. So, you know, everybody knows about carrying some Gorilla Tape or whatever kind of tape you want on your poles. It's a great place. I carry my dig tool up here. When I want it, it's right there. I carry an extra stake. I run out of, lose a stake on the trail or something. I put it in there. I wrap it with a little tape because otherwise it kind of clangs around and drives me crazy. So to quiet it down, I added tape. But now what I'm going to do is add just a tube, a couple plugs in the end, fill it with alcohol, and it'll just ride in my pole, and that'll give me probably 4 boils of 2 cups of water, and that's really all I'm going to need. And I just clip this on the back of my pack. It's just a cat stove. Got a little carbon fiber filter in there. Weighs nothing. I mean, you know, if it's not an ounce, it weighs nothing. And this can sit on the back of my pack, and you can't destroy it. If you do, you get another cat food can and punch holes in it. It's pretty damn efficient, really. And so just that weight, this weight in my poles will make me some omelets on the trail. So I'm going to try that. I don't think they'll leak. I've worked on the stoppers for it. I've walked, you know, probably 50 miles and hasn't leaked at all. So it's just an easy way to carry some fuel. Don't have to have a twig fire. Don't have to fool with any of that. Like I say, this is a pretty efficient little stove. I've used it many times. And it's just a matter of where you're going to carry fuel. And I don't want to carry a whole bottle of fuel I'm not going to use. So this might work out. We'll see. Keep smiling.